Slavery in the Bible. I got a big problem with this. Slavery is approved by everybody, even Jesus. The following passage shows that slaves are clearly property to be bought and sold like livestock. However, you may purchase a male or female slave from among the foreigners who live among you. You may also purchase the children of such resident foreigners, including those who have been born in your land. You may treat them as your property, passing them on to your children. Oh, we're working on legacy now. They building legacy back in the day. I see what they're up to. They're trying to build a legacy. Oh, you pass it on to your children as a permanent inheritance. Oh, how nice of you. You may treat your slaves like this, but the people of Israel, your relatives, must never be treated this way. Oh, now you see what's going on with the people in Israel killing the people that are on the Gaza Strip, the Palestinians. You see what's happening? They believe in this book, what I'm reading you right now, word for word. They believe in this information I'm reading you today, word for word, still to this very day. And they're out there with sniper guns, popping kids as they play soccer in the park, the Palestinian kids as they play soccer. They're going and robbing them and stealing their homes and taking their homes away. Right now, while I'm sitting here reading to you, these people are living in turmoil by the big Christian land, the Christians, the greatest Christians on earth over there in Israel, right? That we got to give $200 million a day to and all this other foolishness. Well, these people believe in this stuff word for word. The following passage describes how Hebrew slaves are to be treated. If you buy a Hebrew slave, that's a black man, he's to serve for only 6 years. Set him free in the 7th year, and he will owe you nothing for his freedom. But if he is single when he became your slave and then married afterward, only he will go free in the 7th year. Oh, sorry. If your wife, she got to stay. We need to keep her a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? We need to keep her. She got some work to do around here. Interesting. But if he was married before he became a slave, then his wife will be freed with him. If his master gave him a wife while he was a slave and he had sons or daughters, then the man will be free in the 7th year, but his wife and children will still belong to the master. You can't go nowhere. You free, but guess what? We're going to hold on to this family just a little bit longer. But the slave may plainly declare, I love my master, my wife, and my children. I would rather not go free. Of course he wouldn't. If he does this, his master must present him before God. Then his master must take him to the door and publicly pierce his ear with an awl. After that, the slave will belong to his master forever. You see where slavery came from in America? You see how and all over in Europe and all over through the Caribbean? They believed this word for word. And they took these verses and said, oh, we're allowed to have these slaves. This is normal. This is natural. They're not even human beings. We can do with them as we please. We can rape them. Why do you think these slave masters used to raise the women all the damn time? They were going from this book right here. This book gave them the green light to do all this foolishness. And your omniscient and your omnipotent God that you claim did nothing about it. Not one stinking thing. Jesus approved slaves. You would think that Jesus and the New Testament would have a different view of slavery because it's supposed to be a new day. It's a new dawn, a new day. But slavery is still approved in the New Testament, as the following passages will show. Slaves, obey your earthly masters with deep respect and fear. Serve them sincerely as you would serve Christ. Ephesians 6:5. Won't he do it? Christians who are slaves should give their masters full respect so that the name of God and his teaching will not be shamed. If your master is a Christian, that is no excuse for being disrespectful. You should work all the harder because you are helping another believer by your efforts. Teach these truths, Timothy, and encourage everyone to obey them. Timothy 6:1 and 2. Yeah, that's your New Testament. Because people go, oh, well, in the New Testament, everything changed. No, it didn't. It's the same old crap, different day. Where do you think slavery came from? Worldwide slavery of people, enslaving other people. Human beings enslaving other human beings. It came from this text right here. The green light was given through this text. This is what you ain't learning in Bible study. The servant will be severely punished, for though he knew his duty, he refused to do it. But people who are not aware that they are doing wrong will be punished only lightly. Much is required from those whom much is given. You always use that. You always hear that term, but you don't hear the rest of it. And much is more required from those of whom is more is given. Luke 12:47. Murder has been approved. Here's the murder approved. Capital punishment. Capital punishment. Kill, here you go. Kill people who don't listen to priests. Don't talk to them and try to convince them. Don't work things out. If you have the slightest thought that this guy might not want to get in line with us, just kill him. Anyone arrogant enough to reject the verdict of the judge or of the priest who represents the Lord your God must be put to death. Such evil must be purged from Israel. More Deuteronomy. Kill witches. How do you know they're a witch? Just guess. You should not let a sorceress live. Anybody who probably just doesn't believe in their foolishness has got to be a witch. Get rid of them. Homosexuals. If a man lies with a male as a woman, both of them shall be put to death for their abominable deed. They have forfeited their lives. All right.
By Compendium of the Emerald Tablets by Billy Carson.